All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the HBAR family. Appreciate you guys as always. But yeah, let's take a look at what's happening with the price of HBAR right now and what we could be expecting going into the weekend. If we're looking across the board right now, majority of the market is yet again down, seeing a little bit of a retracement, a few handful coins up, BGB, virtual, AI16Z. But besides that, majority of the market's yet again seeing a retracement right now. As far as HBAR price is concerned, currently sitting at about 27.3 cents, down 4% in USD, down 3% in Bitcoin compared over the past 24 hours. Now, if you're focusing on the market valuation, $10.4 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about 600 million. And speaking about the 24-hour trading volume, that number has decreased quite substantially if we're comparing it to 2 to 3 weeks ago, where we were seeing this number sitting above $1 billion. A lot is happening. There's a lot of conversations taking place in crypto markets right now, which we're going to be talking about, and how that can have an impact on the broader market. But before we do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So if you're looking at the Bitcoin dominance index here, you can see the dominance index has been still pulling down. We still haven't made our way back above that key resistance. We actually did try to see the dominance making its way back above that key resistance, which obviously is a level where I don't want the dominance to be above. And as of now, that key resistance is coming as a little bit of a hurdle, which is a good thing. Yes, I repeat, that is a good thing if you're an altcoin holder, because once you see the dominance breaking past that key resistance, it tends to go up quite high. We saw it go up to 60% just on the 20th, while Bitcoin went down, which of course was not the best thing for the broader market. So that is something that we need to keep in mind. But taking a look at Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is showing us some bearish sentiment, and there is a huge reason as to why that's the case. And when I say the bearish sentiment, I'm only talking about on the shorter time scale. In terms of the long-term perspective, of course, I'm mega bullish on Bitcoin. I still do believe Bitcoin has new all-time highs within itself, but that does not mean there's not going to be some news that are going to factor in and have an impact on Bitcoin, such as the FOMC meeting, once the interest rates were not where people were expecting them to be. The interest rate cut was much lower than what people were anticipating. That had an impact on the broader financial market, and then of course it kind of trickled into Bitcoin as well. But if you're focusing on the likes of just right now, the short-term scale, there's also the delisting of USDT in EU. That's happening at the 31st, so before the end of the year. That's happening. A lot of FUD happening around the crypto space. That you're going to see the market dump. You're going to see USDT crash, and that is having a very negative impact on the crypto markets. People are cautious because people know what happened with Terra Luna before, right? I understand where the frustration is coming, but obviously that can kind of steer people away. People want to wait to see what happens after the 31st. Remember, USDT has a major part of the crypto space, and I've stated to you guys before, if USDT were to collapse, if that was the case, I do think crypto market goes 2-3 years behind. But thanks to the institutional interest coming in this time around, and regulation coming towards crypto, I think it could be much shorter the lasting effects. And again, that does not mean it's going to happen, but of course we know the red flags that have been brought up over the past few years about USDT. So it doesn't surprise me why people are panicking, and I think that can actually be having a little bit of an impact on Bitcoin as well. As you can see, Bitcoin has been ranging slowly but surely towards the downside, and I did speak to you guys about the potential retest at the key support of the 23.6 at 92.6, and that is still on the table. We retested this support several times. If we're just looking at the 20th, we retested it then, retested it on the 23rd, and this could still be a level that we could be looking out for in the next few hours to come. So with that said, now that you guys kind of have a little bit of a better understanding as to what's happening, let's take a look at what's happening with HBAR. And yet again, you're going to hear me say something very similar as to what we've discussed over the last few updates. Considering what we're looking at, considering, that there is a little bit of uncertainty across the board due to this, USDT FUD that's going around. And again, I understand, as I've stated to you guys before in my XRP updates and my other updates around the Crypto ZX channel, I've stated to you guys that, I understand, where that, fear comes from. So right now, of course, considering that there is a lot of uncertainty, which of course in return, if Bitcoin starts retesting these levels, I wouldn't be surprised if dominance starts heading back towards the upside. If that happens, a little bit of a lag for altcoins could be in play. And right now, if you're looking at HBAR as of recording this update, you're still seeing HBAR holding really good, believe it or not. We're still back above, this key support line, despite, quite a bit of volatility and uncertainty within the crypto space. We haven't even retested the support as of now, even though there is a lot of uncertainty. But, if this support were to be retested, of course, I do expect it to hold. If it does not hold, yes, there is a chance for the price of HBAR to find its way back down to the 25.3 cents mark. And again, if we lose that support and, from where we currently are, that could be a potential move down about 8%. And to be quite frank with you, that is not an unrealistic next target to be looking at for if we were to lose this support. So, I want you guys to be realistically be aware of that. So far, so good. Of course, everything at the end of the day is correlated with Bitcoin and the dominance index. It has an impact and it will have, a trickling effect on, the altcoins that you're holding. And, even though HBAR has been holding amazingly, that does not mean it's not going to have an impact. So, if we were to lose, now, hear me out, if we were to lose this support, yes, then I do anticipate that, around 25.3 cents would not come as a shock to me. But, the way it has, recovered before in the past, tells me that, we will see a recovery quite fast. But in the immediate short term, I do want you guys to be aware of that and really understand why that's happening and what is causing that. And that is, of course, dominance and, Bitcoin showing uncertainty. But, what I want to hear from you guys in the comments is, what are your personal thoughts on the USDT, situation that's happened? Do you think it's going to have a long-lasting effect on the crypto space? Do you think it is going to collapse? I personally don't think it's going to collapse. I think obviously, there is fear and, whales are definitely taking advantage of that fear. People that are being safe, that are locking in profits on the profits that they've been making over the last few, month and a half. And again, anyone that doesn't realize this, let me just tell you guys this right now. From November 1st, even though we are seeing a little bit of a dip for HBAR, you're still up about 500%. People that are locking in profits right now are, just, being on the safe side, are not wrong for that. At the end of the day, this is where your risk measure comes into play. This is where your risk strategy comes into play. But, that's how I'm currently analyzing it. Let's see what happens. Let me know down below what your personal thoughts on that. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button and come join the Crypto ZX Army. 2025 is going to be a massive year, not just for crypto, but for our channel as well. Love you all. See you later. Been Crypto ZX and peace out.